This is additional training for chairs and clerks at the state conference. This training is in addition to prior chair and clerk training for the district conference that is posted on the Texas Youth and Government website. In this training, we will cover how to fill out bill jackets and bill journals, how Senate bills are selected, and tips on your committees at state. Packets. The packets you receive will be like district committee packets with the gavels, stopwatches, everything like that inside of them. There will also be bill jackets and a binder with bill journals and a pre-printed docket sheet printed in bill number order. To fill out the pre-printed docket sheet, write the order of the bills to be presented next to the bill number. For example, if the chair decides Senate Bill 35 will be heard first, write a number 1 next to Senate Bill 35. You should do this before committee starts.
Docket. As committee chair, it is your responsibility to set the docket, the order in which the bills will be presented. Since the only bills eligible to be placed on the Senate docket at state are selected from the first Senate bills recommended out of each committee, it is important that you place 2 or 3 Senate bills that you think are the most important and debatable at the top of your docket. You should then consider House bills and finally consider the rest of the Senate bills. This helps the Senate Calendar Committee when selecting bills for floor debate. Setting the docket is one of the powers of the chair. If a delegate asks to be put at the top of the docket, it is the chair's decision whether or not to do so. After a bill has been heard, send the bill author with the bill jacket and attached bill to the legislative office to hand in. The chairs and clerks should be placed at the end of the docket. It is very important to make a copy of the docket and post it visible to all delegates and evaluators. There should be a large piece of poster paper or whiteboard for you to utilize. Please write large numbers that can be seen from the back of the room and keep track of your progress throughout the day, crossing out bills on this visible docket once they've been heard. This way we know you're running on time or if there is a problem.
Opening your committee. Start the committee on time, even if there's not an evaluator present, so you have as much time to debate as possible. After bringing the committee to order, take attendance. Report your attendance to the state office by sending your attendance along with the first bill author after their bill is heard. Move any no-shows to the end of the docket in case the delegate arrives late. Bill authors should use the bills in the bill book and should not distribute new bills. If they have an issue with the bill in the bill book, encourage them to ask another committee member to write an amendment. After you call the meeting to order, feel free to introduce yourself and your clerk. And one other pointer, the clerk may use their phone to keep time.
Bill jackets and bill journals. In summary, a bill jacket follows the bill from committee to the floor. A bill journal is a record of what happened with the bill and will stay with the chair to be turned in at the end of committee. This record is important as it can clear up any discrepancies, such as if the bill jacket went missing or with a passed amendment and a delegate notices it's missing. We can go back to the journal to clear it up.
This is an example of a bill jacket. These should be pre-filled with the author name, caption, and delegation. If you have any late additions, you must use a blank bill jacket and the clerk will need to fill out this information. A clean copy of the bill will be attached to each bill jacket. The committee actions section is where the clerk will record what happened in committee. The assigned docket number is the order in which the bills are heard. The first bill heard will be assigned docket number 1. Favorable recommendation means the motion for favorable recommendation passed and the bill is eligible for consideration in the House or Senate and is being sent with the committee's position being that it should be enacted into law. Check the box next to favorable recommendation if the motion passed. If the motion for favorable recommendation fails, check not recommended and the bill is dead. If the motion fails, the bill is dead. Motion for unfavorable recommendation. This is an unusual but allowable motion for the disposition of a bill. If the motion passes, the bill is eligible for consideration in the House or Senate and is being sent with the committee's position being that it probably should not be enacted into law, but that it is significant enough that it should be considered by the full House or Senate anyhow. Similar to the motion mentioned previously, if the motion fails, the bill is dead. You'll only have time in committee to hear one amendment per bill, similar to district. If the amendment is adopted, attach the amendment to the back of the bill. If it is not adopted, then do not attach it. The number of amendments will either be 0 or 1. Tabled means kill the bill, and this is not encouraged. If the bill author is not in attendance when it's their time to present, for instance, if they're in the bathroom, the motion should be tabled subject to call so that the bill author may present later down the docket after they return. If bill author isn't present during the entire committee, please check not considered, no author. Both the clerk and the chair will need to sign the bill jacket.
This is an example of a bill journal. The bill journal is a record of what happened in committee and will stay with the committee packet. There will be in a folder or a 3-ring binder. Please return this to the legislative office along with the chair clerk packet at the end of the committees. They should be pre-printed so it's easy. In the past amendment section, you do not need to write out the entire amendment. Just summarize what the amendment wants to change and anything unique about it. Check the committee action box. Be sure it's the same as the bill jacket, and like the bill jacket, needs to be signed by both chair and the clerk.
Some things to keep in mind. Keep on time. Do not entertain motions to extend to more amendments, pro or con debate, or extend the question and answer period. If you are running very far ahead, we will probably move another delegate or 2 into your committee. If your committee is small, consider doing a warm-up bill, something funny, to make delegates feel more comfortable. We want to make sure all delegates are treated fairly in regards to time. If after the first few bills, calculate the amount of time remaining with the number of bills left to make sure you are still on track. If not, adjust accordingly. Get to your committee 15 minutes ahead of time to get things organized. Make sure to start the committee on time even if an evaluator is not present. We try very hard to get an evaluator for every committee. However, if we don't have enough volunteers, we have to scramble to find evaluators. You will have a hearing committee motion chart and the debate quick sheet reminding you about times and motions. Please review it. Motions can be confusing with the number of seconds and number of votes needed. Please refer to the earlier Chair Clerk training on the Texas Youth and Government website as a refresher. If you run out of supplies or need assistance from the state office, send a runner and we will come to you. You are responsible for making sure your committee room looks the way you found it. Please throw out any trash and return packets to the legislative office. Be sure to join the question and answer online session for updates on timing and schedules and to ask any questions that you may have. The link will be sent close to the state conference. Thank you.